Hello. Well, this is my first actual live I've done before. Not since my test live, anyways. So I'm gonna try this out. This is just a live update. What's gonna happen for the next for during the summer, and what's gonna come between now until 2022. I'm gonna still leave this as like I'm not sure how to call it, a regular post after I finish this live. But pretty much, yeah. It is good up here. So something I'm going to start off with is the Roseworth Railway. Actually, let's start off with what I'm planning to do from here until August. So the laptop that I currently use for editing, it has to go back to the school I use, the school I go to, because I'm graduating this year. So I'm going to use this time to take a break from now until July, until I get a new laptop. So I don't want to say you guys should not expect any new videos until some point in August, because I want to take a break from filming to enjoy a nice summer. So this kind of counts as my video for Friday, because I have to bring this back on Friday, so which is tomorrow. So first off, starting off with the Roseworth Railway, as you all know, it's ending its second season, and there will be no more Roseworth Railways in September. I know that everyone has watched the series since I believe June 19th. Totally forgot about that. So June 19th marked the birthday of the Roseworth Railway, being 1 year old today, or last week. And so I decided I first originally thought of a whole compilation video. Unfortunately, that has to be put down until, I don't know how long I can get a compilation video out until further notice, because like I said, Friday, I have to return this laptop. I don't have it until I decide to buy myself a new laptop, which I hope to do soon, but for now, not really. So I'm going to use my PC, the one I use for Trains 19, and just finish off the last 3 episodes before the series finale. I'll let you know what the series finale is, plus the 3 new episodes that are planned to come out soon. So one of the first, episode 7 is known as Not So Funny Claudette. We get to see City of Birmingham come back for one last time, and he's carrying the circus train, and Claudette is not really too convinced that people should be having fun, and the LNER side of the team decides they want to show Claudette how it's okay to have fun, but they go a little too far. So I hope you guys are excited for that. That should come out within the first week of August as a premiere. Actually, the last 3 episodes will be a premiere for the next 2 weeks, or for the next 3 weeks, and then I'll start working on the series finale of the Roseworth Railway in August. For episode 8, this is where we get a chance to show the connection of the Island of Sodor, Thomas & Friends, NWR Futures, in connection with the Roseworth Railway, as they both take place in the same universe. Now, recently, NV3 Games, or N3V Game, no, I said it right. NV3 Games has released 4 new locomotives for Trains Simulator. That being the Class 35 Hymek, which is Bear's base, as well as a Class 37. Now, originally, fun fact, Orville was originally supposed to get his own episode. But unfortunately, because of that, because of a lot of changes I had to make, I had to put Orville's Not So Local Express as a back burner. I've decided no longer to make the episode because a lot of things have changed, and I decided to revamp a couple of episodes. So that's what's going to happen. So Orville will finally get his own episode in episode 8 called Connections, where we're going to see Bear come to the Roseworth Railway and having to help out Orville, and they end up meeting a Class 37, which is rude to them, and it'll go all out. Now, I just noticed a comment where what about Sunstar, which I'm guessing everyone's favorite character between the whole series. He will make an appearance, somewhat of an appearance in episode 8, Connections, being that Orville and Bear try to convince Cock of the North to contact Sunstar to I agree. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So basically, try to convince Cock of the North to invite Sunstar to come back to help them deal with the rude locomotive, the Class 37. So that will be episode. I totally forgot. Episode 8. Episode 9, which will finally which will be the series, the second series finale, or second last episode. If you hadn't noticed the intro, I had already. So Kayleen Jones, you are voicing City of Birmingham for the last time. But there'll be other cast calls in future videos, which I'll put out soon. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked because of a whole lot of comments. But for episode 9, I don't think you guys had noticed the intro, how there were 4 other locomotives, Franklin, Matthew, Ivat, as well as the tram engine that was on the left-hand side, I believe so. Left-hand side on the top right corner. That I was hoping to introduce between episode 4 and 5, but kind of scattered everything around. So for now, as a confirmation, episode 9 will include the trams that I've been meaning to introduce for a long time. So I don't know what the episode's going to be about. I have to think about it. I have to write it out. But until then, that is episode 9, something to do with the trams. So that will be the 3 major episodes that will be premiering in August. In September, the series finale will be released. I will let you know what it is and how is it going to be filmed out. It will be between. It'll be filmed between Trains 2019 and Trains Driver 2. The ending, the beginning, and the post-credit scene. The beginning of the prologue, the intro, and as well as the ending have been filmed, have been added, fully completed. I'm excited. So I got that whole thing figured out. So it won't come in the 6th of September. It most likely will come in the 2nd week or the 3rd week of September, because with Trains 2019, I have to either find other things I have to get filmed in, and a lot of things have to be fixed. It literally has to be, a lot of things have to be fixed. With that being said, fun fact, I'll give you a fun fact. The season 1 finale of the Roseworth Railway, if you hadn't noticed, was known as the Great Reunion. It was basically episode 10, which is the season 2, episode 10, the series finale, was originally, which is going to be called Barrel in the Hole, was originally supposed to be that episode of episode 10 of season 1. But I pushed that back because I got the idea of the Great Reunion. Anyways, Barrel in the Hole will mark that final episode of the Roseworth Railway. Cool thing about it is that after Ivat gets a scare full of oil tankers, and if you hadn't seen which I showed you in the video before, I can't remember what I called it. If any of you guys remember it, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments. But between that episode, it after PT Boomer actually shoots down a bunch of tankers that Ivat was carrying, and then explodes Barrel and Furnace, the team has to gather up all the information that they've gotten from other engines. For your question, Kayleen Jones, yes. For Kayleen Jones' question, he was more of like a secondary character, no doubt. So I want to say he is, but not really. But I will have other cast calls if you're really that interested in what's happening after I talk about episode 10. So as I was saying, episode 10, the team now has to gather up information that they've gotten from both Lady and Brandon, and they now have to scramble to track down what Ivat's record is. So for those who were ever wondering what Ivat's record is, you guys are going to find out this in September. After that, Roseworth is no longer going to be filming in Trains Driver 2. So this will mark the last time I'll ever use Trains Driver 2 ever. I know I loved it. It's just I want to update myself from using my mobile phone up to a lot of other things. So with that being said, I'm not necessarily canceling Roseworth per se. Roseworth will have a new series, 2 new series actually. Kings of the LNER, first off, will be rebooted. It's going to be filmed in Trains 2019, and I'm going to restructure the whole series because I lost interest in it. I did not like how this series was going, so I'm rebooting it. But it's no longer considered a sequel series. It is now, the whole Roseworth Railway series is now going to be known as a trilogy arc. Meaning, we're taking Scotsman from Roseworth. Yeah, so like the RWR reboot. So it's going to be Roseworth Railways, and on the third part, Roseworth Railways, Kings of the LNER. The cool thing about this is that I'm going to add a second sequel between these two. This sequel, not trying to spoil the ending of the Roseworth Railway, but we are taking Flying Scotsman on a world tour. I'm not trying to do big world, big adventures. I'm trying to do it better than that. It's basically going to be called the Roseworth Railways World Tour. Following, it basically will take Scotsman around the world. So there will be a lot of cast calls for all those people who are wondering. I will actually, first off, I'm going to write down what the characters, who I've actually confirmed are the characters so far. So you'll see it in the chat. Oh, wait. So I'll explain that too. So basically, Flying Scotsman and Alan Pegler have been confirmed by me to be part of this wonderful series. So for now, I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do. I'm still looking through characters and see what I can use from Trains 2019. But yeah, for those who are wondering, so that will be taking place with Roseworth Railway. So you gotta. So for those who are wanting to do an audition, you guys gotta send it to the Discord link, Discord server. I believe I put that through under the previous cast call. So you'll just go to my channel and find the previous cast call that I did, and the link will be there. Yeah, so maybe so the other US engines, I'm still figuring it out. I'm also looking for Canadian steam engines as well, so bear with me on that. But yeah. For NW, so that will be it. And same with the Roseworth Railways Kings of the LNER. So the Roseworth trilogy will start off like that and end off with a happy note. For those who are wondering what's happening with NWR Futures, I have to, like I said, a lot of the episodes I've made have to either be I have to save it on a USB and then return my laptop. So I'm on the verge of waiting a little bit on filming a bit, but I actually had started on a episode that I wrote for when NWR Futures was originally supposed to be filmed in model form. Unfortunately, budget cut to that, so I had to use simulators. So I abandoned that process. So basically, one of the episodes that I had canceled originally, known as Rebecca's Imaginary Friend, I believe that's what it was called, was recently in production. If you guys want, do you guys want to see it now? A bit of it that I started off with. Just type in the chat. You can take one person as a yes. All right, I'm going to share a sneak peek of what I had started. Of course, it always loads at the wrong time. Just bear with me. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen and give you guys that sneak peek.
Rebecca is an SR unrebuilt West Country Battle of Britain class locomotive. She's a kind and funny engine. She recently joined the steam team in 2018 and became one of the most popular engines known to help Gordon with the Express. Recently, the Express became more and more popular with tourists coming from all over the world just to ride it. While Gordon usually takes the normal amount of purchase, Rebecca would normally take many passengers coming and going, she would scramble for hours just to find a spare coach, which usually made her late. One afternoon, Rebecca arrived at Boxford Holt Station later than ever.
I'm also going to warn that a lot of voice actors hadn't sent in their lines, so that's also the part of it.
Rebecca looked and saw a
Why
large
there's
shed next to the track.
a lot of missing voices.
Rebecca left, leaving the talking shed in disbelief. That night at the shed, Rebecca began to talk about her conversation with the other steam team members.
Yeah, right. And the grass is up and the sky is down.
Have you been using Welsh coal?
Real funny lady, but I don't use Welsh coal anymore.
We never said we didn't believe you, Rebecca.
Ha! Speak for yourself, Little Thomas. Rebecca here is acting more psychotic than...
George, Jackson at once.
Yeah, if Rebecca says she's talking to a shed, let her talking shed talk herself to sleep.
You have no clue what we're talking about, do you, Gracie?
Nope, not a clue.
Tell you what, Rebecca, I will join you on your next express ride. You can prove to me that your so-called shed is talking. Ha! See, Rebecca, I told you there was no such thing as a talking shed. I tell you, my dear friend, Rebecca kept saying Lucy for 3 minutes straight, to the point where I almost thought she was going to lose her voice.
Agreed, George.
Rebecca, I'm sorry to say this, but there is a no talking shed at Boxford Holt. I've checked.
Lucy? Did you say Lucy? Oh, God, please don't tell me you believe her imagination is real. What? You said...
And that's pretty much it so far. I'm planning to to refilm it, the whole thing, once I have the time. Yeah, so other than that, I plan to, if you guys remember episode 6 of NWR Futures, I had originally created another trilogy, or a 3-part episode called the Scarlet Railway Prize, where we were introduced to Adeline, the new narrow gauge engine. After the recent switch to trains in 2019, I completely forgot about the episode and just did not think it through until I went back to my Google Docs and realized I had another episode created. And actually, I went back today to realize that voice actors still sent me in their lines. With that being said, I recently, and I don't, and I hope no one saw this comment, but I hope you guys know that I do not appreciate being threatened by, and that kind of gets you an immediate removal from the actual comment. So because of the generous, because I was feeling generous enough, I decided to go back to the series. So I'm pushing this episode 9, on hold, and I will. Actually, I want your opinion first off. I want to get your opinion. Would you want me to film this half of the trilogy back in Train Simulator 2021 with Italia Clean Railway, or Trains 2019? Trains 2019. Okay. So, if Trains 2019 is the case, I'm going to see if I can talk to Mainland Studios to see if you can commission a model of Adeline for me. If I'm going to film this in Trains 2019, I'm going to film this. I'm going to film this in October. This way, I can start working on the Rosewood Railways World Tour. Actually, I forgot to mention that I'm going to. I'm planning on a. Wow, I just totally had a massive forgetfulness. I'm going to be doing a collaboration with Waits Connect to start off this wonderful series of the World Tour. I'm not sure how I'm going to write this yet. I'm still looking. I have to still watch at least a couple of his episodes to understand what characters he has and what I should and how I'm going to approach this carefully. So that's pretty much the plan. So I'm going to film the second part where we were going to introduce Duke, and where Adeline's introduced to Duke, and then we're going to continue off from there. So that will be episode 9, 10, and 11, and then 12 will be Rebecca's Imaginary Friend, and then the official 200 subscriber special that I had planned originally, but because of time frames, I had to put that on hold. So that's the game plan for Rosewood, for Thomas & Friends NWR Futures, and then the rest of the episodes, well, I'll just play it by ear. For Tales of the Strasbourg Railroad, I know that you guys have been wishing part 2 came quickly, and I've been meaning to get it done, but because, like I said, laptop's going back to the school, I have to buy a new laptop. I just didn't think it's appropriate for me to continue making it now than I did if I had waited a little bit longer. And the good news is that I finally found a Strasbourg Railroad route that I'm going to be using, and part 2 will be filmed there, and then that will count as episode 2 and episode 2. And episode 3, we're gonna take Alex Strasbourg engine number 90 and Maverick Strasbourg engine number 475. Why did I say 475? 475 to across the United States to deliver the Chessie Safety Express to Chesapeake and Ohio, Reading T1 number 2101. So that's the game plan for this whole for the channel. Unfortunately, I do have to get going for something else, so I decided to take this time now to let you know what's up and how things are going. For those who are wondering for cast calling, you guys can always message me. I always leave for NWR Futures. I always leave a audition list of which available characters are there in the Discord server. I can't remember where I put which category I put it under, but you guys just gotta go and play search with that. So without further ado, I'm going to say farewell. I'll see you guys in August. And I hope you guys have a safe and relaxing summer.